Do you want to take control of your health? Hear the truth about dieting and weight loss? Learn the best strategies for maintaining a healthy lifestyle? This is the Yossi Muller Show.
And welcome to the show. I'm Yossi Muller.
And I'm Duddy Muller.
Duddy is a chef with a background in nutrition.
Yossi is a nutritionist with a background in nutrition.
Every show we do, we take another myth and debunk it.
Crush it.
Today's topic is so-called healthy foods. There are many foods that people believe are healthy, but are not.
I'll start with one.
What do you got?
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran's a great one because Raisin Bran is twice as high in calories and sugar as Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, and all those type of cereals.
Yeah, but if you go look at the name, Raisin Bran, both of those are very healthy.
Or they sound healthy.
Yeah, it's true. In order to make a so-called healthy cereal, they made bran cereal. Bran is healthy, but bran is also bitter tasting. So to compensate for the bitter taste, they had to add extra sugar.
18 to 20 grams of sugar. Could you believe it? Who starts off their day with 18 to 20 grams of sugar?
A factor as far as the sugar is also the raisins, which is also something that people think are healthy. Raisins, when in grape form, are somewhat sweet. When dried, they are actually 58% sugar.
Wow. Duddy, what are your favorite examples of foods that people consider healthy but aren't?
My favorite examples are breakfast foods, including Raisin Bran. Breakfast is supposed to be the healthiest meal of the day. The big food industries have gotten us way into this whole so-called healthy foods that are really not healthy. Raisin Bran, you start off your day with very healthy. Raisin Bran, not healthy. Yogurt. Most yogurts these days are sweetened. A typical serving of sweetened yogurt, which is your regular fruit sweetened yogurt that you have in the store, has more sugar than a typical serving of ice cream.
Wow.
Dairy happens to be something that you should be wary of in general, I feel, because milk starts off with natural sugar in it, which can be okay, but once you start adding sugar to it, it can very easily turn into almost like a candy. For example, chocolate milk. Regular milk might be good for you to drink, might not.
8 grams of sugar a cup.
Chocolate milk?
21 grams of sugar.
There we go. It's milk. It's healthy. Kids should drink it. Not at all.
What else? Anything that starts with the word diet is almost always not good for you and is almost always not good for a diet.
The word diet is typically a marketing term.
So diet soda, diet ices, diet ice cream.
Whenever anything says diet, does it actually mean it's really diet?
It doesn't mean it's diet. It means that someone's trying to convince you that it's good for a diet.
Someone might say something's low in fat because fat is very high calories, so you take away the fat. So obviously it's dietetic now because it's less fat. Let's ignore all the other factors. Most low-fat foods, in order to compensate for the flavor, because fat is flavor, they compensate with more sugar.
For example, low-fat muffins.
Low-fat muffins, that's also the whole calling something a muffin, therefore it's healthy.
That's ridiculous.
What are muffins, Yossi?
It's cake.
Muffins are cake that we're allowed to eat in the morning because it's healthy.
Because we put it in a shape of an oversized cupcake, so now it's good for you. It's about 550 calories per muffin. A low-fat muffin is going to be about 520 calories, but worse for you because it's higher in sugar.
You might think that a muffin is a marketing term for a breakfast cupcake, but it's not. It's a marketing term for a very, very large breakfast cupcake.
Breakfast. A lot of people eat oil for breakfast.
What do you mean?
Granola.
Granola is an oil?
Granola is a type of oil. Granola, canola, mazzola. You think it's a coincidence that granola rhymes with canola and mazzola?
I did not think of that before.
The reason why granola rhymes with mazzola and canola is because ola means oil. Granola is a type of oil. People very often assume that certain oils are good for them, like granola and granola bars, or olive oil, which we should discuss in detail soon, or ham spray, which is oil in a spray can. So ola means oil. Granola means oil with some grain in it. Canola is ola, oil from Canada. Mazzola is maize, it means corn. So mazzola is oil from corn. Granola is oil with some grain. Ola means oil. So granola is a deep fried, highly concentrated, sugary grain.
With some oats put in.
As if oats are dietetic. It's not necessarily bad for you. If you're not watching your carbs, you could have oats.
Putting oats in something doesn't make it healthy, ignoring the other factors.
If you have oil and then you add a lot of sugar to it and then you add some oats, and you call it granola. It's amazing that so many people believe that granola is good for you. 800 calories per serving of deep fried sugar. It's incredible.
It really is. It really is amazing what has happened. This is true somewhat with almost all energy bars, but granola is a classic and straightforward, just sugar oil.
And the other types of oil, besides for granola, PAM, which is a spray, which actually isn't so bad for you because you end up using less oil when it's from a spray.
But it's still a scam.
PAM spray is 10 calories per second. And when you spray it for 5 seconds, that's 50 calories of oil. That's close to a half a tablespoon of oil.
But being that it's a spray, most sensible people do not spray it for 5 seconds at a time. They'll spray it 1 to 2 seconds. It is an easy way to get less oil.
It can be a good alternative to using oil from a bottle. The reason why the can says that it's 0 calories is not because it's 0 calories. It's because they do a very good trick on everyone. They make the serving size a quarter of a second spray. And if the food has less than 5 calories, you're allowed to write 0 calories.
It has 2-3 calories in a quarter of a second, and we ignore it because it says 0 calories because it's a quarter of a second, less than 5 calories. Okay, so they say it's 0. If you keep on spraying, it will add up and add up.
It should be illegal to write that the serving size is a quarter of a second, but companies do this all the time. They make the serving size ridiculously small to make it appear like the food has fewer calories. It is not physically possible to spray for a quarter of a second. The only way to get a serving size is if you spray it for as little as possible, a half a second, and make an omelet or something, and you split that with someone else, then you're getting what they say is a serving size of
Which is
PAM.
still not 0 calories, it's just less than 5. Using PAM, because it's 0 calories, it's very easy to forget that it really has calories. So a normal person who did it for 1 to 2 seconds doesn't count those calories in their day if they make 2 or 3 foods with that a day. So there's 50, 60 calories that they haven't accounted for. Which 50, 60 calories every day for a week, that's somewhat significant for someone who's trying to lose weight.
Moving on to the other oils, olive oil is a food that people think is healthy. One of my clients, who was 50 pounds overweight and had high blood sugar, has a story related to olive oil.
Tell me the story, Yossi, please.
So she shows up and she was very upset because she felt like she was doing whatever she could. She wasn't eating cake, candy, fried foods, all that type of stuff. All she was eating was chicken, fish, low-fat dairy products, fruits, nuts, and salad. And she was watching her portion size.
Good for her. So what was the problem?
What do you think was the problem?
I could figure out what the problem was. Olive oil is healthy, and she was putting it on her salad.
Yep. She was having a large salad with each meal, and she wasn't measuring because olive oil is a, quotations,
A quote-unquote health food.
health food. So her whole problem was this olive oil that she was eating. Because she was pouring on her oil indiscriminately, she was having 700 extra calories. Even if she would have a teaspoon of olive oil, measure a teaspoon of olive oil, she would have 700 fewer calories a day. And 50 pounds is 700 calories for most people and her.
Over time.
Yes.
Are you saying that olive oil is not healthy?
That's a very hard question to answer because health is relative. Olive oil is not as unhealthy as other oils. If her 50 pounds of excess weight were from other oils, she would be worse off health-wise because oil, whether it's olive or any oil, is pure fat and more calorie dense than any other food. Olives, which is a whole food, that's healthy, but anything processed, anything changed, and certainly something that's pure fat is not good for you. Is olive oil better than other oils? Certainly. If you eat olive oil instead of other oils, your cholesterol won't go up, your triglycerides won't go up, but you will gain weight.
So olive oil is not specifically unhealthy. If it's part of a healthy diet, it can be healthy, but it so easily becomes bad because it's so calorie dense. And in that way, in the calorie density, it's not different than any other oil. So as far as weight loss, you're not saving yourself by using olive oil as opposed to canola, mazola, or granola.
And as far as health is concerned, I wouldn't call it healthy. Health is relative. When I say that olive oil isn't technically a health food, people say, so what am I supposed to do for my healthy fats?
Right.
As if there aren't whole foods that are high in fat that are good for you. Like I mentioned olives. Olives are very high in fat and olives are good for you. If it's a food that exists in the natural world, it's good for you. So avocado, salmon, nuts, these are all healthy fats.
Salmon has a lot of fat. It is a very fatty fish. It can be a part of a healthy diet, and it has healthy fats.
Yeah.
Not as much fat as oil does, but still also something that shouldn't just be eaten too much of.
Yes. So what we come out with is that olive oil is better for you than other oils, but it's still a processed food. So we wouldn't call it a healthy food unless we have very low standards. for what's considered healthy. If you are having a salad and you're measuring your oil, vegetables, and just a little bit of oil, that's fine. The oil itself isn't healthy or dietetic.
So how did she react when you blamed olive oil, the healthy olive oil, for her weight problems?
Yeah, so she didn't believe a word I said, and she left the office in a huff. What did she want me to say? She wanted me to feed into her mistaken beliefs, and she didn't want me to completely contradict them. She's not used to that type of talk. She wanted me to, like, basically feed into all the fallacies that she believes in. Like, maybe she wanted me to say that olive oil's good, but not that type. Or whatever the current fad was at the time, whether it's coconut or flaxseed oil.
Or it wasn't 100% pure olive oil, but 100% pure olive oil would be good.
Yeah, or maybe avocado oil. She basically wants to be told that pure fat is good for her and she could eat as much as she wants of pure fat. My favorite example of a food that people call healthy is pure sugar. You would think at this point in history, people would know that sugar is not good for you, and that food that is pure sugar, not only is it pure sugar, it's even denser than sugar. It is so dense of sugar and there's nothing else in it. People think it's healthy.
What are we talking about?
I know.
You're suspense, Yossi.
Well,
Wow.
how about this? I don't know if you noticed, but if a food goes bad, then it's good for you. And if a food doesn't go bad, it's bad for you. Because if a food doesn't go bad, it's basically poison. It's just, there's nothing natural in it. There's nothing organic. There's nothing that's going to decompose. Like whole wheat bread goes bad sooner than white bread and so on. There's a food that never ever goes bad. It's horrendous for you. And so many people think it's good for you.
And this is the pure sugar you're talking about.
Yeah. It starts with an H. Honey.
Honey. It's that.
So
It's
62
honey.
calories and 15 grams of sugar per tablespoon compared to sugar, which is only 48 calories per tablespoon. Honey is corn syrup.
What?
Honey is corn syrup.
What? Nuh-uh. Honey comes from bees. It's natural.
What bees do in their stomachs to make honey, companies do in vats to make corn syrup.
That's amazing.
There is no difference, and I'm not just trying to be cute. There is literally no difference between honey and corn syrup. Honey is corn syrup. In fact, there's a lot of fraud that goes on that when companies sell honey, instead of selling honey, they put corn syrup in the honey, they mix it together, and they sell it.
Can someone sue them? Someone find out?
You can't sue them or find out because there is no difference between honey and corn syrup. Not that, nutritionally there's no difference. It is the very same thing. So you cannot sue them because you cannot find this out. You can't send it to a laboratory. What's the laboratory going to do? It is the same exact chemical structure. There is zero difference.
So even a lab can't tell the difference. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Honey being corn syrup, and that we use it as a quote-unquote health food. That is amazing.
What do we find in common with all these so-called healthy foods? They're very high in sugar and fat. Like granola is full of oil and sugar. Oil, like olive oil or coconut or what. I mean, listen, I don't know when you're listening to this show, but whenever you're listening to the show, there will be some oil that is enjoying a wonderful reputation, an undeserved reputation. Whatever it is, it's pure fat. And sugar and fat taste good, and people are very, very happy. I know this because it's not long ago I would believe everything I wanted to believe about nutrition. I wanted to be able to eat whatever I wanted, and it's not my fault that I'm 85 pounds overweight.
But a lot of these foods, like you look at the olive oil container and other foods, they're natural. It says 100% natural. If it's natural, how can it be bad for you? Isn't natural good for you? Here's my response. It's natural as in it occurs in nature. Are avalanches natural? Are they healthy? Tidal waves, volcanoes. Heart disease happens in nature. Diabetes. I know people who have diabetes. Is that healthy?
Natural is meaningless. And again, when I say it's meaningless, I don't mean it's kind of I mean, it actually is meaningless. You're allowed to write natural on anything. You're allowed to sell illegal substances. There is no law that says that if I want to sell poison, I can't write the word natural on it. It happens to be there's a law against selling poison. Some people get upset when I say they can't have honey because they want to know what they could do for a sore throat.
Well, yeah. They say honey is good for your sore throat.
So is corn syrup, obviously. Should you have corn syrup or honey for a sore throat? Probably not. There are better ways to cure a sore throat without sugar.
What about the vitamins and minerals in the honey?
Everything has vitamins and minerals. Practically speaking, let's just say that beer has 100 times as many vitamins and minerals as honey, and the amount in beer is insignificant.
Should we all drink beer then?
No. Everything basically has vitamins and minerals.
Everything has vitamins and minerals. The fact that something has vitamins and minerals does not make it good.
Yeah.
Got it.
So honey is not healthy. It is sugar that sticks to your teeth. It is bee vomit. Do not eat.
So why do people believe that these foods are healthy? They're so obviously not healthy. They're full of sugar, they're full of fat.
So they want to believe that it's healthy. If they believe it's healthy, then they get to eat it and tell themselves that they're, being reasonable and it's not really their fault that they're, unhealthy or overweight. And there's also a lot of marketing that goes on. Without getting into too many details, America is very, very, very lenient when it comes to allowing companies to say whatever they want about foods. And obviously these companies like money and they will exploit people and they will market their food as being healthy when it's not.
Knowing that everyone wants to eat healthy, they will call what they make healthy.
In fact, if you want to research this, you could pick any unhealthy food. I'm talking about foods that everyone knows is unhealthy. You could pick any food, ice cream, cake, soda, and research it. You will find some study or some opinion. It might be by the Coca-Cola company. It might be their opinion, but some information out there saying that it's good for you. I have a very hard time thinking of a food that's worse for me than chocolate. Chocolate is insanely high in sugar, saturated fat, and calories. It's incredible how bad chocolate is. And even chocolate, you'll be surprised just how many people believe that chocolate is good for them. Now, of course, the marketers are not that ridiculous. They realize that if they say chocolate's good for you, people will be skeptical. So they put a little spin on it. They don't say chocolate. They say, dark chocolate is good for you, as if like there's something wrong with milk. Dark chocolate's good for you. It's more believable. Why is it more believable that dark chocolate is good for you?
Because it doesn't taste as good.
Yeah.
If it doesn't taste as good, it got to be healthier.
Yeah, and they throw in some buzzword like antioxidants, which I don't think too many people listening to this show know what it means.
Any benefits these antioxidants have when compared to the damage of the fats and the sugars, it's like you're watering a tree while you're cutting it down.
Not only that, everything has antioxidants in it. Antioxidants are important because of foods like chocolate that are so high in saturated fat and sugar and calories and are so bad for you. That's why we need antioxidants, but you don't need chocolate. There are many illegal substances that are very high in antioxidants. In fact, do you know how the authorities figure out where drugs come from? They send it to a laboratory and they measure the antioxidant level in it because drugs from Los Angeles have this amount, drugs from New York have a different amount.
Wow.
Everything has antioxidants. It's a big joke.
It's a big joke.
I'm not going to say what antioxidants is because it's not relevant, but everything has it. And just eat food and you'll get it. And eat chocolate, but don't convince yourself that it's good for you. It's delicious, but it's not healthy.
So it negates the benefits of antioxidants because of the saturated
fat, calories, sugar, and so on.
So it's all marketing. All these foods really that we mentioned, that we think they're healthy, that anyone thinks they're healthy is because of marketing.
Yes.
I have an amazing marketing idea. I'm going to take something bad, really obviously bad, sugar water. I'm going to put something good, vitamins, put some color in it, and I'll sell it all over the world. I'll call it vitamin water. Oh, what? Wait.
Hey.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone else thought of that.
Coca-Cola.
They're so smart because vitamins, when it's in water, cannot be utilized or absorbed by the body. They're selling a sugar water with vitamins that cannot be absorbed. So essentially, there's no vitamins in it.
Just to demonstrate something amazing you all should check out. There's this artist, Henry Hargreaves, I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly, who created oversized lollipops out of the sugar in certain drinks, such as Coke, Snapple, Mountain Dew, and yes, vitamin water, to help himself and us and everyone else visualize the sugar in the drinks. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I suggest you all check it out. Henry Hargreaves, giant lollipops, oversized lollipops. They're 5 times the size, 6 times the size of a regular lollipop, and that is in your healthy vitamin water.
Most people won't feel so comfortable eating such big lollipops, but they don't have a problem drinking the vitamin water. It's not vitamins, and it's not water. It's an uncarbonated soda. Should I quote Michael F. Jacobson?
Okay, what does he say?
He said that vitamin water will go down as one of the boldest and brashest attempt to affix a healthy halo on what is essentially a junk food, a non-carbonated soda.
It's a nice quote with the healthy halo. I like that term. The first ingredient by the sugared foods are typically sugar, or you have a processed grain, you have oil, you have fat, you have a variation of sugar, diet drinks, diet sodas. There is nothing there that is healthy.
And that's why it's so important to know that not every food that is widely believed to be healthy is in fact healthy.
That sounds like a good take-home message.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of this episode.
Thank you for listening.
We hope you join us next time.